Hello, brothers and sisters. Chuck's Off the Grid World. Got a different project going on today. This is part of my solar system, my batteries. This is my main solar batteries. They're what's called L16s. They're two 6-volt batteries hooked up in series, so it makes them 12 volts. I believe they're about 360 ampere hours total. This battery up here, you can't see it in this box, is my add-on lithium batteries I added to my lead acid batteries. Well, these lead acid batteries, they've been kind of failing for a while. I don't remember exactly how old they are. I have the paperwork on it, but I can't seem to locate it at this very moment. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull them out, check them over really well. I noticed about a year ago we're starting to get this right here. I don't know if you can really tell that without putting a straight edge on it, but it's very complex. Not concave, complex. And this here is fairly flat. But I'm going to unbolt them, pull them out, give them a full test. They've been charging for a couple of days. They should be fully charged. I'm going to use a hydrometer on them, and I'll show you that process. Watering all the cells. They're a little bit low. Okay. That cell seems to be okay. See, all the balls are floating. Okay. There's one cell that's good. Uh-oh. That cell seems to be okay as well. That cell, not so good. Not as good. It's got all the balls except, well, I guess they're all floating. Okay, so that battery, I'm assuming, is okay as far as that test. Let's go to this one here. All the balls appear to be floating. This one, not so much. They're all sinking. This one here, sometimes a little bit tricky. You gotta force it down a little bit to make sure they're floating. Okay, that cell seems to be okay. So this one seems to have one dead cell right there. Well, I don't know. They're floating now. Okay, not totally dead. Try this one again. Oh, that one don't look good. That one's dropping fast. I'd say That's a dead cell there. Okay, so this battery here has got a dead cell. I want to show you. Got a straight edge here. Put the straight edge. This should be straight and flat across there. Look at that. Look how that wobbles. Bowed out. That's not good. This side, pretty straight. This one here, it's the same. It's bowed out. That's a bad sign. It shouldn't be that way. It's a sign the battery's going bad. Plus the fact that one's bowed out a little bit there. When they start using a lot of water, you have to keep adding water. That's not a good thing. But I think these batteries have seen their better day. Don't know how old they are for sure, but I have abused them. When we're in the RV, I treat this thing like my house. I've got 3 laptops going at times, 2 TVs going, just everything all night long. And when I get up in the morning and I want to make a cup of coffee and the battery's a little bit weak, I don't care. I need the coffee. Just let it rip. Pay the price later. Alright, so I'm going to put a voltmeter on it and see what the voltmeter is. I think I have another project for these, but they're coming out of the RV right now. And this battery that I had bought, I think in May, it's up in there. It's a 200 ampere hour lithium battery. It's going to come down here, and I'm going to replace these two with 2 of these 200 ampere hour lithium batteries. So I'll have 400 ampere hours, and they'll still be hooked into lead acid because they'll be attached to my my cabin batteries, which are underneath these steps right here. Well, they're pretty nasty looking. Okay, but that's what the plan is. So let me go get my voltmeter and check the voltage on these. Hello, brothers. This is Chuck. Chuck's off the grid world again. I ordered a new battery. To take a look at this thing. It's called a TCB Worth, and it's a 200 ampere hour lithium ion battery. I'm going to put it inside of here with my other 200 ampere hour battery, and I'm going to show you how to wire it incorrectly because I have my reasons for wiring it this way, but I know all you book guys are going to give me a hard time. But okay. Thank you. Okay, I got the batteries in, and I've got it wired in a manner that no one's going to think is correct. Probably not even me, but that's the way I wired it. I wired it that way on purpose. I'll show you what I did. Okay, this is my solar wire coming in. Got a fuse right there, goes into the charge controller, comes back out to the charge controller, and goes into this fuse. Don't know whether that one's necessary or not, but it's there. And it goes to that positive volt right there. Okay, the negative wire from the solar system comes in here, goes in right there, comes out here, and goes to the negative side of the battery. Okay, so that's one battery. And then the other battery, the new one I just got, I run a positive wire from here, goes along there into this switch, and then goes into a 30 amp fuse, and then into the positive side. Then the negative side, I've got a negative wire coming from the negative side of that battery to this battery over here. Okay, now there's also, it gets a little more complicated, is I got my volt inverter goes from 12 volts to 110. It goes from here, it goes inside here, it goes into this other compartment. And then I got another 300 amp fuse on it as well. Okay. Now, what gets even more complicated is I got this switch right here with a big positive wire going into my cabin batteries, and then this is the negative side coming out of the cabin battery to this circuit right here. Okay, where it's getting strange is, why do I have this switch here? Why do I have this switch here? And why isn't this negative coming out of here going to here? Okay, well, that's the way it should be, I believe. But that's not why I did it. The reason I did it this way is, this way I can turn this switch here. It will shut this battery. It will be separate from this battery here, and so this only this battery will be getting a charge, and this battery. Yes, only this battery will be getting a charge. Well, why did you want to do that? Well, when you live off the grid, you learn that if it's really overcast or something, and you only got 600 watts of solar panel on your roof, sometimes it's difficult, almost impossible, to fully charge a battery, like this battery right here. Well, if you got two of them, that makes it twice difficult. So if you shut this one off for charging, this one will get charged first, and once it gets fully charged, well, then you can turn this switch back on, and then it'll flow over to this battery, and at some point both of them will get charged. It's kind of a backward way to do it, but it works. And okay, now why is this switch? Well, this switch goes to my lead acid battery, 6-volt lead acid battery, two of them. That's what's called the cabin battery. That runs all the lights in the motorhome and that's such. But if I turn it on, this way is on right now, well, then it connects this battery, and those two other 6-volt lead acid battery together. So it's one big battery bonanza. Okay, so why would I want to switch it off and on? The reason being, when it's on and I'm running my engine, that means my alternator is charging these batteries and my cabin batteries. And that's maybe not be a bad idea, but without a DC to DC converter, it could damage my alternator. I don't think it would, because it's actually going through the lead acid, and lead acid batteries would isolate them from the lithium batteries. But I do know it's bad to charge these lithium batteries off an alternator from your vehicle without a DC to DC converter. Okay, so but I can still charge them. When this switch is on the on position, I can still charge these two batteries by using my onboard generator. It doesn't, all the information I can come up with, it doesn't bother it. So I can go ahead and charge these two batteries with the generator, onboard generator, Owen onboard, and the cabin batteries at the same time. And it's a 60 amp charger, so it's going to charge it in a hurry. So that's my reasoning. I'm sure there's going to be people who will say that's not the correct way to do it, and I know it's not the correct way to do it, but it's Chuck's way to do it in Chuck's world. Don't do what Chuck does. I tell you that all the time. But now what I got to do is, I got some insulation board. I'm going to put some insulation board all the way around it, build like a box. And then I'm going to put, I think, they're heated pads for the RV hot water, or the holding tanks, so that they don't freeze. They don't. The one I bought, I only bought one just to test it. It pulls about 15 watts. I'll put some kind of switch on it. But I also have a way to tell if the batteries are getting too cold or not. There's a thermometer that I set in here. You can read it from the inside. But that's my plan. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know. I just hooked these up. I run my coffee pot. It didn't seem to phase it much. Then I turned my microwave on at the same time I run coffee pot. Did phase it a bit, but didn't put it in the red zone. It stayed up there in 12.6 or something volts. So we'll see how it works out. Hello again, brother and sisters. This is about a week later. I had to order some parts and stuff and get the parts in. I'll show you how I'm finishing this up. Just my 200 amp hour lithium batteries in there, and then I built this case around it. It's almost like a nice case for your drinks and such. But and then I built this wooden piece here to go on top of it. I'll put it together in a second. I also ordered this right here, which is supposed to be a heater for the RV black or gray water tanks to keep them from freezing. It's 15 amps. I haven't plugged it in and tried it yet, but it'll be installed like that. It'll probably take 3 or 4 of them to do the job. But this is the way it's going to run right here. I got my sending unit for my thermometer right there. It's going to sit up. Then I'll go take these and put these on top of this right here, like so. And then this one like so. At some point I'll put this thing on there, but not right now. And then this this wooden cover goes on top here. I'm trying to go that third arm. I'm having a hard time with that. Have not been successful. Been working on it for years, a couple years at least. But that sits like that, and I can put stuff on top of this for storage, and it'll be good. And it's 400 amp hours, and it should take care of everything I need to do. So I want to hook it up and try some things and see how it works. Thank you.